The family group chat notification came through during lunch break. I was sitting in my truck, eating a sandwich, reviewing drainage plans for a client's backyard renovation. Mitchell family red heart. One new message. I opened it. My Aunt Linda had posted a meme. Image of a guy holding a shovel, looking confused. Caption in bold letters. Landscapers equals people who failed at everything else but still need tools to feel important. Below it, Linda's message. Face with tears of joy so true Ticho. I stared at my phone. Read it again. Linda knew what I did for a living. Everyone in the family knew. I'd been running Mitchell Landscaping for 6 years. Had a crew of 4 experienced guys. Commercial and residential clients. Reputation for quality work that actually lasted. But to Linda, I was just a guy with a shovel. The reactions started rolling in immediately. Mom, face with tears of joy. Uncle Rick, haha accurate. Cousin Jennifer. OMG dead skull. Dad. Good one Linda. 17 reactions. Laughing emojis. Thumbs up. Even my younger sister liked it. Nobody said anything. Nobody defended me. Nobody even said, "Hey, that's kind of messed up considering." Just laughter. I sat in my truck for 5 minutes. Watching more reactions pile up. Watching my family agree that my profession, my business, my livelihood, the thing I'd built from nothing, was a joke. Then I did something I'd never done before. I left the group chat. No explanation. No dramatic message. Just quietly removed myself and went back to work. My phone buzzed 20 minutes later. Text from Mom. Why did you leave the group chat? I didn't respond. Another buzz. Dad this time. Don't be so sensitive. It's just a joke. Just a joke. Right. I put my phone on silent and went back to the job site. We were installing a retaining wall and drainage system for a property on the hill. Complex work. Required understanding soil composition, water flow, structural engineering basics. Not exactly. Failure with tools. My crew lead, Marcus, noticed I was quiet. You good, boss? Yeah. Family stuff. He nodded. Didn't push. That's why I liked my crew. They understood boundaries. We worked until 6. Finished the grading. Laid the foundation for the wall. Installed the first drainage pipe. Good progress. As I was loading tools into the truck, my phone lit up. 7 missed calls. 12 texts. All from family. I scrolled through them. Mom, this is ridiculous. Call me back. Sister, why are you being dramatic? Cousin Jennifer, it wasn't even about you, lol. Linda, wow. Sensitive much? That last one made me pause. Linda, the one who'd posted the meme, calling me sensitive. I screenshot it. Saved it to a folder on my phone labeled Receipts. Didn't know why. Just instinct. That night, my girlfriend Emma found me on the couch, staring at my phone. What's wrong? I showed her the meme. The reactions. The messages. She read through it all. Her jaw tightened. Your aunt posted this? Yep. And your whole family laughed? Yep. What did you say? Nothing. I just left the chat. Emma sat next to me. Good. They don't deserve a response. My mom thinks I'm being dramatic. Your mom laughed at a meme insulting your career. She doesn't get to decide what's dramatic. She was right. But it still stung. The next few days were quiet. No more texts. No calls. The family had apparently decided I was overreacting and moved on. Fine by me. Work kept me busy. We had 3 projects running simultaneously. A commercial property needed complete landscape renovation. A residential client wanted a full backyard transformation with pool, patio, and garden beds. And we were finishing up the retaining wall job. Good work. Challenging work. Work that required skill, experience, and yes, tools. 2 weeks after the meme incident, I got a call from a potential client. Woman named Patricia. Needed drainage work. I live on Hillside Drive. Every time it rains, water pools in my yard. Last spring, Water started seeping toward my foundation. I'm worried about damage. That's smart to address it now. Can I come take a look? Yes, please. How's tomorrow at 2? I arrived at the address the next day. Nice house. 2-story. Well-maintained exterior. But the yard told a different story. Sloped incorrectly. Water stains near the foundation. Signs of erosion. Previous owner had clearly ignored basic drainage principles. Patricia walked me around, pointing out problem areas. It's getting worse every year. Last spring was bad. I'm terrified about what this spring will bring. I took measurements. Photos. Notes on soil composition and grade. I can fix this. We'll regrade the yard, install French drains, add a catch basin system. Route everything away from your foundation. How much? I did quick math. Materials. Labor. Equipment. Permits. $4,800. Takes about 5 days with my crew. She winced. That's more than I expected. I understand. But foundation damage? That's $15,000 minimum to repair. Often more. This is prevention. She thought about it. Can I get back to you? Of course. But I'd recommend deciding soon. Spring rains start in about 6 weeks. She said she'd think about it. I left my card and drove to the next job. That evening, Emma asked how my day went. Good. Potential drainage job. Big one. Client seemed hesitant about the price. They always are. Until the damage happens. Exactly. March arrived with the first warm days. Trees budding. Grass greening. And the inevitable spring rains. My phone started ringing more. Drainage emergencies. Water in basements. Flooded yards. People who'd put off maintenance, and were now paying the price. We were booked solid. Working 10-hour days. My crew was exhausted, but the paychecks were good. One afternoon, middle of a job, my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. But something made me pick up. Mitchell Landscaping? Is this Ryan Mitchell? The voice was familiar. Strained. Panicked. Yes. Who's this? It's Linda. Your Aunt Linda. I stopped working. Stepped away from the noise. What do you want, Linda? I need your help. It's an emergency. What kind of emergency? Her voice cracked. My yard. There's water everywhere. It's flooding. It's reaching my foundation. I think there's already damage. I stood there. Phone pressed to my ear. Remembering the meme. The laughter. The reactions. You need a landscaper, I said slowly. Yes. That's why I'm calling you. Can you come look at it? Today? I'm booked. Please. Ryan, this is serious. There's water pooling against my house. I can see cracks forming. Please. I let the silence stretch. Long enough for her to feel it. Linda, I'm just a failure with tools. Remember? More silence. Then, that was a joke. Didn't feel like a joke when 17 family members laughed at it. I didn't mean. You did mean it. You posted it. You laughed. Everyone laughed. Ryan, please. I'm sorry. I'll apologize. I'll do whatever. Just please help me. I thought about it. Thought about the screenshots saved on my phone. The receipts. I can't help you, Linda. I'm too busy with clients who actually respect what I do. But, call someone who succeeded. Good luck. I hung up. Stood there for a minute. Heart pounding. Hands shaking slightly. Then I opened my phone. Scrolled to that screenshot from 2 weeks ago. The one where Linda had called me sensitive. Send it to her. No message. Just the screenshot. Then I blocked her number and went back to work. Marcus walked over. Everything okay? Yeah, I said. Everything's perfect. That night, Emma asked if Linda had called. She did. What did she want? Drainage emergency. Her yard's flooding. Foundation damage. What did you tell her? I smiled. I told her to call someone who succeeded. Emma's eyes widened. Then she started laughing. You didn't. I did. Then I sent her a screenshot of her own meme and blocked her. That's beautiful. Petty. But beautiful. She had weeks to apologize. She only called when she needed something. So what's she going to do? Not my problem. She's a successful realtor. I'm sure she'll figure it out. We didn't talk about it again that night. But I slept better than I had in weeks. Because sometimes the best revenge isn't a dramatic confrontation. It's simply letting people experience the consequences of their own choices. And Linda? She'd chosen to mock the one person in the family who could have helped her. Now she'd live with that choice. The next morning, I woke up to chaos on my phone. Not from Linda, I'd blocked her. But from everyone else. Mom, Linda says you refused to help her. What's wrong with you? Dad, your aunt is in crisis, and you're holding a grudge? Sister, seriously? Over a meme from weeks ago? Uncle Rick, family helps family. Don't be petty. Cousin Jennifer, she's literally crying. Just help her. I read through them all while drinking coffee. Emma watched from across the kitchen table. They're mad you said no? Apparently, I'm supposed to forget the disrespect and just help because family. Are you going to respond? I thought about it. Typed out 3 different responses. Deleted them all. No. They didn't defend me when it mattered. I don't owe them explanations now. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and went to work. We had a commercial job that day. The shopping center needed irrigation repair and landscape maintenance. Good contract. Steady money. Marcus pulled me aside during lunch. Boss, you seem lighter today. Yeah? Yeah. Like you dropped something heavy. Maybe I did. He nodded. Good for you. That afternoon, between jobs, I got a call from my cousin Jennifer. She wasn't blocked, hadn't really done anything except react to the meme. I answered. What? Ryan, come on. Linda's freaking out. Not my problem. Her foundation is cracking. Water's everywhere. She needs professional help. Then she should hire a professional. Someone who succeeded. Not a failure with tools. Silence. Then, that meme wasn't about you. Then who was it about, Jennifer? I'm the only landscaper in the family. It was just funny. You're being too sensitive. I'm being appropriately sensitive to public disrespect. There's a difference. So you're just going to let her house get damaged? I gave her my professional opinion once. She ignored it. Now she's dealing with the consequences. What are you talking about? I paused. What's Linda's address? Jennifer told me. And I started laughing. What's funny? She asked. I consulted for a house on that street, 2 weeks before the meme. The woman needed drainage work. I quoted her $4,800. She said it was too expensive. Wait. That was Linda? I didn't know at the time. The client's name was Patricia. Must be her realtor's name. But yeah, that was Linda's house. So you already warned her? I told her she needed drainage work before spring rains. Told her foundation damage would cost $15,000 minimum if she waited. She said she'd think about it. Jennifer was quiet. She never mentioned that. Of course she didn't. Because then she'd have to admit I was right and she was cheap. Ryan, if you already know what's wrong, can't you just... No. She had her chance. She chose to ignore professional advice because it came from a failure with tools. Now she can live with that choice. I hung up. 3 days passed. The family text slowed down. Then stopped. Apparently, they'd given up on guilting me into helping. Then Emma showed me something on her phone. You need to see this. It was a Facebook post. From Linda. Posted in a local community group. Urgent. Need an affordable landscaper/drainage expert. Water damage emergency. Foundation issues. Budget is tight. Already got a quote for $5,000, which is highway robbery. Looking for someone reasonable who can do it for $500 to $1,000. Please help. Desperate. I read it twice. $5,000 is highway robbery. When my quote was $4,800. And now she wanted it done for $500. She's going to get scammed, Emma said. Yep. You could warn her. I already did. 2 weeks before the meme. She called it too expensive. Emma shook her head. This is going to end badly. Not my circus. Not my monkeys. That weekend, I was at a job site when Marcus got a call. He talked for a few minutes, then hung up, looking confused. That was weird. What? Guy I know from trade school. Works cheap jobs. Cash only. Asked if I knew anything about a drainage emergency on Hillside Drive. My head snapped up. Hillside Drive? Yeah. Said some lady hired him off Craigslist. Offering $200 to fix her drainage problem. $200? That's what I said. I told him drainage work costs thousands. He said she doesn't have thousands. Wants it done cheap and fast. What did you tell him? Marcus shrugged. Told him to walk away. But he needs the money. Said he'd do what he could. I should have felt something. Concern. Guilt. Worry. But I just felt vindicated. Linda had gone from ignoring my $4,800 professional quote to hiring a Craigslist guy for $200. This is going to be a disaster, Marcus said. Yeah. It is. Monday morning, I got a call from my mom. Actual phone call, not text. I answered. What? Linda hired someone to fix her drainage. Good for her. He charged $200. You get what you pay for. Ryan, don't be like that. She's trying to fix it. She's trying to fix it cheaply. There's a difference. Good drainage work costs money. You can't bargain basement foundation protection. Well, he's working on it now. So maybe you were wrong about the price. I laughed. Actually laughed. Sure, Mom. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe 6 years of experience and a crew of professionals mean nothing. Maybe the Craigslist guy for $200 knows better. That's not what I meant. That's exactly what you meant. Linda found someone cheaper, so obviously, I was overcharging. Right. She was quiet. Tell Linda good luck with her $200 solution. She's going to need it. I hung up. 2 days later, the rain came back. Heavy spring storm. 3 inches in 6 hours. My phone was flooded with emergency calls. Basements are backing up. Yards flooding. Standard spring chaos. We worked nonstop. 14-hour days. Pumping water. Installing emergency drainage. Temporary solutions until we could do permanent fixes. Exhausting work. But profitable. Thursday afternoon, between jobs, my phone rang. Blocked number. I sent it to voicemail. They called again immediately. Then again. Finally, I answered. What? Heavy breathing. Then Linda's voice. Shaking. Crying. He made it worse. Who? The guy from Craigslist. He dug trenches. Said it would redirect water. But it didn't. The water, it's in my basement now. Everything's flooding. My foundation, there are cracks everywhere. Ryan, please. Please help me. I sat in my truck. Engine running. Rain drumming on the roof. You hired someone for $200 to do a $5,000 job. I couldn't afford $5,000. But you could afford foundation damage? I didn't think. You didn't think a professional knew what they were talking about. You thought you could cheap out. And now you're paying for it. Please. I'm begging you. I'll pay whatever you want. Just fix this. I can't. Why not? Because it's too late. Your foundation is compromised. You need structural engineers now. Foundation repair specialists. Waterproofing experts. This isn't landscaping anymore. This is restoration. How much will that cost? I did rough math. Foundation repair. Basement waterproofing. Fixing whatever damage the Craigslist guy did. New drainage system. $25,000 minimum. Probably more depending on how bad the damage is. She started crying. Full sobs. I don't have that. Then you'll need a loan. Ryan, please. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the meme. I'm sorry I didn't listen. Please. Linda, even if I wanted to help, I can't fix structural damage. That's beyond my scope. You need specialists. But you could have prevented this. I tried to. 2 weeks before you posted that meme, I quoted you $4,800 for proper drainage. You said it was too expensive. Silence. Then, that was you? Patricia is my middle name. I use it for consultations. Keeps business separate from personal. I didn't know. You didn't ask. You just saw a number you didn't like and ignored professional advice. Then you publicly mocked the profession. Then, when you needed help, you hired the cheapest person you could find. And now you're here. What do I do? Call a foundation specialist. Get multiple quotes. Take out a loan. And learn that skilled labor has value. Ryan. I hung up. Blocked the new number. Put my phone away. Marcus was watching from the passenger seat. That was her. Yeah. What happened? Craigslist guy made it worse. Water's in her basement. Foundation's cracked. Jesus. She thought she could fix a $5,000 problem for $200. Marcus shook his head. Some people gotta learn the hard way. That night, Emma asked how I was feeling. Fine. Really? Really. I warned her. Professionally. Gave her a fair quote. She ignored it. Mocked my profession. Hired someone unqualified. There are consequences. Pure and simple. Your family's going to blame you. They already do. Doesn't change the facts. She hugged me. I'm proud of you. For standing your ground. It's not even about standing ground anymore. It's just letting reality happen. Still. Not everyone can watch family struggle and not cave. She's not struggling because I won't help. She's struggling because she made bad choices. There's a difference. The next week was quiet. No more calls. No more texts. The family had gone silent. Then, 2 weeks later, I got a message from cousin Jennifer. Linda had to take out a $31,000 loan. Foundation repair was worse than quoted. The Craigslist guy's work caused additional damage to her basement. $450 per month payments for 7 years. She's devastated. I read the message 3 times. $31,000. For a problem I could have prevented for $4,800. I did the math. She'd be paying $37,800 total with interest. Almost 8 times what my quote would have been. I screenshot Jennifer's message. Added it to my receipts folder. Then I responded, "That's unfortunate." Hopefully, she learned that professional services have value. Jennifer, you're really not going to help her? Me. I offered help. She declined. She made her choices. These are her consequences. Jennifer, you're cold. Me. I'm professional. There's a difference. She didn't respond. That evening, Emma and I celebrated. Not Linda's misfortune, but the fact that I'd stood firm. $31,000, she said, shaking her head. All because she wouldn't spend $5,000. $4,800. I corrected. My quote was lower than she told people. Even worse. Pride is expensive. So is disrespect. We clinked glasses. Because somewhere across town, Linda was making loan payments. And I was running a successful business. Built by a failure with tools. A month passed. Work stayed busy. Spring turned to early summer. Lawns needed maintenance. Gardens needed planting. Business was good. I didn't think about Linda much. Occasionally, I'd remember the meme. The $31,000 loan. But mostly, I just worked. Then I got a call from Uncle Rick. Linda's husband. I almost didn't answer. But curiosity won. What? Ryan, it's Rick. I know. I need to talk to you about Linda. No, you don't. Just listen. Please. I waited. The loan payments are killing us. $450 every month. For 7 years. We had to cancel our vacation. Linda's working extra hours. We're cutting everything we can. Okay. That's it. Just okay? What do you want me to say, Rick? I warned her. She ignored me. She hired someone unqualified. Actions have consequences. You could have helped her. I tried to. She called it highway robbery and posted a meme mocking my profession. That was weeks before. It was 2 weeks after I gave her a professional consultation. I quoted her $4,800 to prevent exactly what happened. She thought she knew better. Rick was quiet. Then, she didn't know that was you. She didn't ask? Just saw a price she didn't like and ignored it. So you're punishing her? I'm not punishing anyone. I'm letting natural consequences happen. She chose cheap over quality. Disrespect over respect. This is the result. We're family. Family doesn't publicly mock each other's careers. Family doesn't laugh when someone's profession is called a failure. Family doesn't ignore professional advice then demand free help when it goes wrong. The whole family thinks you're being cruel. The whole family laughed at that meme. 17 people. Not one defended me. So forgive me if I don't care what they think now. You've changed. No. I just stopped accepting disrespect. There's a difference. Rick hung up without saying goodbye. That evening, I told Emma about the call. They're really struggling with the payments. She said. Good. She looked at me. You really feel that way? I do. Not because I want them to suffer. But because this is the only way they'll learn that skilled labor has value. That professional advice matters. That you can't mock someone's career, then expect them to save you. What if she apologizes? Really apologizes? Then she'll still have a $31,000 loan. Apologies don't undo consequences. They just acknowledge fault. Emma nodded slowly. You're right. I don't know. It's a lot of money. It is. And every month when she makes that payment, she'll remember that cheap solutions cost more in the long run. 2 weeks later, something unexpected happened. A woman called asking for a consultation. Property on Hillside Drive. 2 houses down from Linda. I heard about what happened to my neighbor. She said. Foundation damage from bad drainage work. I want to make sure that doesn't happen to me. I scheduled the consultation. When I arrived, I recognized the area immediately. Linda's house was visible down the street. Construction equipment is still in the driveway. Foundation repair is ongoing. The neighbor, Susan, walked me around her property. I've been watching what's happening to Linda's house. It's terrifying. She told me she hired someone cheap and it went wrong. That's one way to put it. She said she should have hired a professional from the start. Mentioned she'd gotten a quote from someone named Patricia for about $5,000. Said she thought it was too expensive. I didn't correct her about the name or amount. Susan continued. Now she's paying way more to fix the damage. I don't want that to happen to me. Money spent on prevention is better than money spent on disaster. Smart thinking. I evaluated her property. Similar issues to Linda's. Sloping toward the foundation. Poor drainage. Spring damage is evident. You need grading work. French drains. Catch basin system. Same solution I would have recommended for your neighbor. How much? $5,200. Your lot is slightly bigger. Susan didn't hesitate. When can you start? 2 weeks. Perfect. I'll have the deposit ready. As I was leaving, Linda came out of her house. She saw my truck. Saw me talking to Susan. Her face went pale. She started walking over. I got in my truck and drove away. That night, my phone blew up. Linda had apparently tried calling me, still blocked. So she'd gone through the family. Mom, Linda says you're working on Susan's house. Her neighbor. Are you deliberately trying to hurt her? Sister. Doing her neighbor's yard while she suffers? That's messed up. Cousin Jennifer. You're really going to work 2 houses down and not help Linda? I responded to the group text, one I'd been added back to without permission. Susan hired me because she saw what happens when you ignore professional advice and hire cheap labor. She's preventing a problem. Linda created one. I'm running a business, not a charity. And I'm leaving this chat. Again. I left. Blocked 3 more numbers. Emma read the messages over my shoulder. They really don't get it. They get it. They just don't like that I'm not the family doormat anymore. We finished Susan's property over the next 3 weeks. Professional grade work. Proper drainage. Everything is engineered to last. Susan was thrilled. This is incredible. I can already see the difference. You won't have problems anymore. Even in heavy rain. Linda asked me how much I paid. I paused. What did you tell her? The truth. $5,200. She almost cried. Said she could have had the same thing for less if she just listened. She could have had it for $4,800. Really? She told people $5,000. She rounded up. Made it sound more unreasonable. Susan shook her head. Pride is expensive. Very. As we were packing up equipment, Linda came outside. Stood in her driveway watching us work. I ignored her. She walked over. Stood at the property line. Ryan. I kept loading tools. Ryan, please talk to me. I looked at her. First time in months. She looked tired. Older. Stressed. What? I was wrong. About everything. The meme. The quote. Hiring that guy. All of it. I was wrong. Okay. That's it. Just okay? What else do you want me to say? That you forgive me? That we can move past this. I don't forgive you. And we're not moving anywhere. You disrespected my profession publicly. Ignored my professional advice privately. Then expected me to save you when it went wrong. That's not someone I want in my life. We're family. You keep saying that like it means something. Family isn't automatic respect. It's earned. You haven't earned it. So you're just going to work on my neighbor's house and rub my face in it? I'm working on your neighbor's house because she hired me. Because she respected my expertise. Because she understood that quality work costs money. This isn't about you. It's about running a professional business. Every time I see your truck, I'm reminded of my mistake. Good. Maybe the reminder will be worth $450 a month. Her eyes filled with tears. I'm struggling. You're learning. There's a difference. I finished loading the truck and drove away. Didn't look back. That weekend, Emma and I went to dinner with Marcus and his wife. Celebrating Susan's job. And several other successful projects. Business is good, Marcus said. Best quarter we've had. Susan's already referring us to 3 other neighbors. I added. Because of Linda? Partially. Her disaster became our marketing. People see what happens when you cheap out. Makes them value quality. Emma laughed. So Linda's $31,000 mistake is generating business for you? Unintentionally. But yes. Marcus raised his glass. 2 expensive lessons and professional standards. We drank to that. The next month brought something unexpected. A call from my dad. Ryan. We need to talk. Do we? Your mother and I have been discussing everything. The meme. Linda's situation. How the family reacted. And? We were wrong. We should have defended you. Should have called out Linda immediately. Should have supported you. I waited. I'm sorry. Really sorry. You deserve better from us. Thanks for saying that. Can we get dinner? Just the 3 of us? Try to repair things? No. Why not? Because I don't trust it. The timing is convenient. Linda's struggling. The family sees I was right. Now you want to repair things. Where was this energy 3 months ago? We didn't understand. You understood perfectly. You just didn't think I'd actually walk away. Now you realize I'm serious, and you're trying to smooth things over. I'm not interested. So we just don't have a relationship anymore? We have exactly the relationship you chose. One where my professional opinion doesn't matter. Where laughing at my career is acceptable. Where I'm expected to absorb disrespect and still show up. I don't want that relationship. What do you want? Nothing from you. I have a successful business. A supportive partner. Respect from my clients and crew. I don't need family validation anymore. Dad was quiet for a long time. I really am sorry. I believe you. But sorry doesn't undo 3 months of silence. Doesn't undo the laughter. Doesn't undo being told I was cruel for having boundaries. So that's it. That's it. He hung up. Emma found me on the couch afterward. Your dad? Yeah. How do you feel? Tired. But right. They're never going to understand, are they? Probably not. They think apologies erase consequences. That family is a magic word that erases disrespect. But it doesn't work that way. Are you okay with that? I thought about it. Really thought. Yeah. I am. Because I'd rather have real respect from strangers than fake respect from family. She kissed my forehead. Good answer. That night I looked through my receipts folder. The screenshots. The messages. The documentation of everything. Thought about deleting it. Moving on completely. But I kept it. Not because I needed to prove anything to anyone. But sometimes you need reminders that you made the right choice. Even when everyone tells you you're wrong. 6 months after the meme. 6 months after Linda's disaster. 6 months of building a life where respect wasn't negotiable. Mitchell Landscaping was thriving. Susan's referrals had brought 5 new clients. All on Hillside Drive. All neighbors who'd watched Linda's house become a cautionary tale. We'd essentially become the go-to drainage experts in that neighborhood. Not because of aggressive marketing. Because people saw the difference between professional work and cheap shortcuts. Emma called it the Linda effect. I called it karma with compound interest. One Tuesday afternoon, I was finishing a consultation when my phone rang. Number I didn't recognize. Local area code. Mitchell Landscaping. Hi, is this Ryan Mitchell? Young voice. Nervous. Yes. Who's this? I'm Danny. I'm the guy who worked on Linda Morrison's property. The drainage thing. I stopped walking. Okay. I know you probably hate me. But I wanted to call. To apologize. For what? For taking that job. For not knowing what I was doing. For making everything worse. I leaned against my truck. Why are you apologizing to me? I'm not the one with a $31,000 loan. I know. But, after everything blew up, I did research. Found out you'd given her a real quote. That she'd ignored professional advice. That she'd publicly mocked landscapers. And I realized I was part of the problem. I took a job I wasn't qualified for. Charged $200 for something that needed thousands. Made it worse because I didn't know better. Why'd you take it? Because I needed money. And I thought. I don't know. I thought drainage was just digging trenches. I didn't understand grading, soil composition, and foundation protection. I was an idiot. Yes. You were. Silence. But, I continued, at least you're owning it. That's more than Linda did for 3 months. She mentions you a lot. Does she? Yeah. Says you were right. That she should have listened. That she was stupid and proud, and it cost her everything. Everything is dramatic. It cost her $31,000 and some pride. Her marriage is struggling. The money stress. She and Rick fight constantly. I heard them last week when I went back to check on things. You went back? I felt guilty. Wanted to see if there was anything I could do. There wasn't. The damage was too far gone. I should have felt satisfaction. Should have felt vindicated. Instead, I just felt tired. Danny, why are you really calling? Because I want to learn. To do things right. I've been watching your crew work around the neighborhood. You guys are professionals. Everything is precise. Engineered. Built to last. And? Would you ever consider taking on an apprentice? Someone who wants to learn the right way. I almost laughed. You want me to train you after what happened? I know it's crazy. But I'm serious about this. I want to actually understand the work. Not just fake it for cash. What makes you think I'd say yes? Nothing. Honestly. But I had to ask. Because watching real professionals work made me realize how much I don't know. I thought about it. Thought about Marcus, who'd started as an apprentice 6 years ago. Who'd learned every aspect of the business. Who was now my crew lead. Show up at my office Monday morning. 6 a.m. If you're late, don't bother coming back. Seriously? You'll start at minimum wage. You'll do grunt work for months. Digging. Hauling. The worst jobs. You'll learn theory and practice. And if you complain once, you're done. I won't complain. We'll see. 6 a.m. Monday. Thank you? Really? Thank you? I hung up. Emma thought I was crazy when I told her. You're hiring the guy who destroyed Linda's foundation? I'm giving him a chance to learn. There's a difference. Why? Because he owned his mistake. Called to apologize. Wants to do better. That's more accountability than my entire family showed. She shook her head, smiling. You're a better person than me. Or I just see an opportunity. Trained crew members are valuable. And someone who's seen the consequences of bad work? They'll be motivated to do it right. Monday morning, Danny showed up at 5:47 a.m. I gave him to Marcus. Teach him everything. If he's not working out, let me know. 3 months passed. Danny worked hard. Asked questions. Took notes. Never complained. Marcus pulled me aside one afternoon. The kid's good. Really good. Pay attention. Remembers details. Wants to understand the why behind everything. Think he'll stick? Yeah. He's not looking for easy money anymore. He's looking for mastery. Good. That evening, I got a text from an unknown number. Ryan, it's Linda. I heard you hired Danny. Thank you for giving him a chance. I know you didn't have to do that. I stared at the message. Didn't respond. Deleted it. Because some bridges stay burned. 2 weeks later, I was at a supply store when I literally ran into Linda. Shopping cart collision in the irrigation aisle. Sorry, Ryan. Linda. Awkward silence. Other customers navigating around us. How are you? She asked. Busy. You. Managing. The loan payments are. We're managing. Good. I see your trucks around the neighborhood all the time. Business is good. Because of me. Not a question. A statement. Partially. Your situation made people aware of the importance of quality work. She nodded. Looked down. I'm glad something good came from my stupidity. I should have walked away. Should have ended the conversation. But something made me stay. Linda, why'd you post that meme? She looked up, surprised. What? The meme. About landscapers being failures. Why? I don't know. It was supposed to be funny. But why was it funny to you? She struggled. I guess. I've always looked down on manual labor. Thought real success was corporate jobs. Office work. My career. And now? Now I know that the guy in the office chair can't save you when your foundation is cracking. The guy with the shovel can. If you respect him. If you respect him. She echoed. We stood there. Shopping carts between us. 6 months of consequences hanging in the air. For what it's worth, she said quietly, I'm sorry. Really, truly sorry. Not because of the money. Because I hurt you. Disrespected something you'd built. Something you were proud of. Okay. Just okay? What do you want me to say, Linda? That we're good? That I forgive you? I don't. Maybe I will someday. But not today. Fair. But I appreciate you saying it. Without expecting anything in return. She nodded. I hope someday we can have a normal conversation. Maybe. When 7 years pass and your loan is paid off. Check back then. She actually laughed. Sad laugh, but real. That's fair. I moved my cart around hers. Started to walk away. Ryan? I turned back. You were right. About everything. And I was wrong. I just wanted you to hear that. I already knew that. But thanks. I walked away. Finished my shopping. Drove back to the office. Emma called during my drive. How's your day? Weird. Ran into Linda at the supply store. How was that? Civil, she apologized. Actually apologized without expecting forgiveness. Character growth. Expensive character growth. That night, I looked at my receipts folder one last time. The screenshots. The messages. The documentation. Then I deleted it. Not because I forgave everyone. Not because the hurt disappeared. But because I didn't need proof anymore. My successful business was proof. My professional reputation was proof. My self-respect was proof. Emma found me on the couch. You okay? Yeah. Just deleted something I don't need anymore. The screenshots? All of them. She sat next to me. Why now? Because carrying them around meant I was still waiting for something. Validation. Acknowledgement. Justice. But I don't need to wait anymore. I have everything I need. That's growth. That's 7 months of boundaries and consequences. A year after the meme, Mitchell Landscaping had doubled in size. 8 crew members. 2 trucks. Commercial contracts. Residential waitlist. And Danny had become one of our best workers. Precise. Knowledgeable. Respectful of the craft. One afternoon, he asked me a question. Boss, why'd you really give me a chance? Because you owned your mistake and wanted to do better. But after what I did to Linda's house, you didn't know better. She did. She had professional advice and ignored it. You were just a kid trying to make money. She was an adult making a conscious choice to devalue expertise. Danny nodded. I think about that job a lot. What I should have done differently. Good. Use it. Let it make you better. Have you talked to her since? Once. At a supply store. She apologized. Did you forgive her? Not yet. Maybe someday. But that's not the point. What is the point? The point is that respect isn't optional. In business or in life. And people who learn that the hard way pay expensive tuition. Danny smiled. She paid $31,000 in tuition. Plus interest. Don't forget interest. We both laughed. Because somewhere across town, Linda was making her monthly payment. Month 12 of 84. And I was running a business built on something simple, knowing your worth and refusing to accept less. That's not cruelty. That's professionalism. And in the end, professionalism is the best revenge.